Okay, so hello. This is my Wargame live stream of today, and I decided to play some Wargame. I'm alone this time, so you'll only hear me. And this is of course, 10 versus 10, and let's hope it will be fun. Normally, I think my team is composed of many good players, so normally we should be fine, and that should not be going too hard, although we are kind of neglecting the center right now. But we'll see about that, and as you can see, I did not really spawn any real units, because I was distracted for a while. So let's hope everything will go well, and we'll see what happens. Now, as usual, confirm me that sound and visual, everything works fine, and from there we'll see. So far, there's no opposition in this zone, which is the good news. Now I'll try to use my Mi-24 to perhaps sneak in and support the left side offensive, since that's where most of the action will be going on, apparently. Also, I'm not too sure if there will be anything holding us in the zone over here. So far, there's nobody in the center, which is not uncommon. Now, this is actually Spetsnaz, which are into those chopper, and the Spetsnaz, I'm not sure which type that is. Might be a tornado. That might be dangerous. They're targeting my recon. Okay, I have the Spetsnaz, which are good in forest. That's a good thing, because there's plenty of forest over there. I shall probably bring a couple of BMP 1P to support. I do need some anti-air. It's just that I know that there is some enemy infantry in that forest over there. My issue is that with those Spetsnaz I called in, it's not certain that I will be able to achieve anything meaningful, because napalm thrower are good against infantry, but they're not necessarily very good against, let's say, vehicles. So if the enemy command vehicle is not, well, if it's an armored vehicle, then perhaps I won't be able to kill it right away. So I think I will also bring some Spetsnaz, which are recon. I guess my Spetsnaz here will mostly serve as a forward recon for the moment. And I guess the enemies did decide to entrench themselves a little in that forest over there. One risk I'm taking here is the fact that I'm not defending the place right now, so perhaps I will simply bring, let's say, 2 T-72 just to make sure that if somebody comes by, then we'll be able to intercept them. Well, here my Spetsnaz will continue to sneak in. Oh, there's a fab over there. Which means that they are aware of what's going on. And either they will take action about it, or they won't have seen it. I think what I'll do here is I will actually call in some MiG-21. I'll use the, let's say, the open airspace here, and I will try to drop some bombs on the enemy. You can see here some Harrier are bombarding the forest randomly. But now my goal will have to get my eyes on those artillery over there. I might have called them a little too early though. Or actually somebody is dropping some bombs now. So it did manage to kill at least 2. Now let's hope my MiG-21 will manage to do something about that. Get one more that we managed to get rid of. Well, here my Spetsnaz will keep scouting around. Well, it seems that my move did manage to distract a few of them. Yeah, I don't know if they will rage quit like yesterday. It was a little absurd. Oh, we seem to have some action over there. I'll bring my chopper in. Hopefully there's nobody to intercept them. I'll also send some Spetsnaz on that hill, so it will reveal anybody which might be there. While here, I guess with my Spetsnaz I will not be able to perhaps destroy the command vehicle, but at least I might be able to spot the enemy artillery. So that our artillery can get rid of them. Like it's the case right now. There's a couple of FASO engineer in there. I will try to get rid of that. It's a little dangerous to bring my chopper that near. I might waste one just for the sake of it. For scouting purpose, while the other suppress the enemy. Fighting Falcon, of course. Oh, he's not using cluster. Lucky me. It's clear to me that I will need some anti-air in this region, so I'll bring in some bucks. And there we go. The Falcon is gone. Okay, just finishing to scout this place, which I believe is likely empty, and from there I'll just pull back. Oh, well, here I seem to be capturing FOBs. Oh, and they seem to have managed to get rid of my Spetsnaz, which were reconning the zone. So I don't seem to be doing anything particularly amazing in terms of advancing our cause here, but at least I'm keeping the zone clear here, and I'm making the enemy a little concerned for that zone over there. I'm not sure if that's paying off too much, though. I did not kill much. But at least... Okay, my sneaking around here did not work. Have some AMX 10p. When they are killing my FOBs. Okay, they captured it. Yeah, that type of Spetsnaz is not adequate to the situation. Can kill a few scout maybe, but that's it. Well, they really want me dead there. If I was one of my soldiers, I will be a little concerned there. Okay. Well, they got me. I will ensure that this zone is not compromised by any enemy attack by deploying a few BMP-3 with Motostrzelski. Normally that should be enough to get rid of anything that comes by. Oh, Chaparral. I'll try to get rid of those Chaparral. Or I guess I'll take care of that Kiowa. Seem to be a couple of anti over there. Sadly, I missed the Kiowa. The guy is paying attention, which is unfortunate for me. So I'll send my Mi-24 to rearm over there. I think I will send a Tunguska, not the best type, but one type. Or maybe, yes, I'll bring the best type. Well, here I will put some Strelatinum, which don't have radar-guided missile, and the purpose of that will be to intercept any planes which might come my way. And hopefully, if they do come my way, then I'll be able to damage them a little so that my block will finish them off. Seems that my BMP3 are a little exposed. I'll bring in some more anti-air over there. And I will sneak that infantry. I'll just call in an airstrike, perhaps. Or that seemed to be perhaps a waste. Okay, I'll use my BMP3 to shoot those Bradleys. Hopefully they will be good enough for that. I also see that there's a couple of anti-air around the place. We'll send two MiG-21 to take out those Hawks. It's a proper target. And I will as well bombard those Roland 2. Actually, Roland 2 might be a better target. Because the thing is that these Hawk are really exposed. There we go. That's a very nice strike. Sadly, my other MiG-21 did not make it. Well, that was worth it anyway. My impression is that they plan to attack me. If you did like Whirlwind Conflict and Ruse, you should definitely get this game. I think, first of all, this is Wargame is made by the same company that did Ruse. So if you like that, it's must-have, I suppose. It's the same style. and also this game look amazing up close, so it will remind you of World in Conflict, although it's very different. It's much more tricky and realistic. Those barely are hurting my anti-air, which is bad. Oh, they killed it. Should have killed it first. There we go. I mismanaged my troops there. So yeah, if you like World in Conflict, get this game. And if you like Ruse, get this game as well. I think it's a very nice game. I think it's the best game of the year, actually. All the other were a big deception. Well, my Spetsnaz did kill quite a few there. I seem to be killing quite a few enemies, even though I'm certainly not in the main part of the action of this battle. My Spetsnaz are just amazing at killing infantry. Yeah, and actually, if you get it today, I think there's at least a 50% rebate on it on Steam, so it might be a good time. Or you can perhaps wait for and check every day of the Steam sales, and then you might be able to get it at a better price, but the 50% is pretty good nonetheless. So it's worth taking a look. But I think this game, I think it's one of the rare game where you can really, it's stimulating for your brain, which is not necessarily the case of many games. And it require you to have a good understanding, because there's above 800 different units, which all have specificities. So that means that this is... you can really end up playing this game the way you want it. And actually, I would recommend you to go check on my Atelier Gaming Network channel, which is right here, actually. And check for the playlist where which is specialized for Wargame, and I have done many guides where I explain the deck creation process and all the different choice I'm doing, and then I show you how I use it into the battle. And the thing is that in this game you can really end up shaping your army to what you like. So for example, if I feel like it, I can make an army of T-34, which are really bad units, but if I use them correctly, they can become an essential part of a real strategy which is working and the logic of the game. So, for example, what you could do is use T-34, which are World War II tank, into you use them to spot the enemy or reveal the enemy presence, and from there, what you do is once the enemy is revealed, you call airstrike or suppress them with choppers. So there's many ways that you can actually end up playing this game, and this is why I really appreciate this game. It's because it adapts to your style. And also, what I like about this game is, and World and Conflict, is you don't have to build a base, so you're right away into the action. There's many games which are all about base building, and then you have some action. It's like for half an hour you need to play the game, and then you get your fun of a war, and usually it's really as satisfying as what you get here. Here you're directly into the fight, and every decision you take will matter and shape what will happen very quickly. And so even attacking very early on can be decisive in deciding who will win the battle. So that's why this kind of game really satisfies me. It's like there's no waiting, you get the intellectual stimulation, and then and also you don't have 5-minute battle like Rome 2 Total War. The battle lasts a while, so. It's like it's 40 minutes, but it's 40 minutes of fighting or planning, or let's say of challenging your mind and the mind of your enemies. There's a single player to this though, but I will say I don't get it for single player. You get this for multiplayer. This is probably the best game for multiplayer. And the thing is that you never know what you're getting into, because this can be right now. This particular game is rather slow paced, so it's mostly about slowly moving around. But sometimes you can end up in some pretty epic fight, which are really worth fighting, and can be a lot of fun. And there's a lot of tension, and it doesn't stop. It's fighting nonstop. So it's really fun how this game ends up being very diverse in the way you play with it, or the kind of experience you end up having in it. Now, for example, the thing is that also the kind of terrain in which you end up fighting shape a lot kind of action you'll get. So, for example, in this part of the map, there's a lot of forest. And there's a lot of opening like this. There's also urban environment, and each of those type of environment will shape the kind of army that you need. So as a result of this, up to a certain point, when you define your deck, you'll have to take into consideration that you might end up fighting into terrain which have some specificity. So some infantry are good at forest fight, other are good at urban fight, other are good at shooting the enemy from afar, but can be very weak up close. So there's a large diversity of situation which force you to adapt yourself. For example, this guy right here is harassing my troops with the Kiowa. So I'll have to take care of it. There we go. That's good. Kiowa is a recon chopper, but can be very good at shooting your troops from afar. While here you actually see him attacking me with a few Bradleys and Stingers. And I also saw some ASO engineer, which are really good in forest, and I'm out of troops which are good in forest, so that's a bit of an issue for me right now. But I will see what I can do about it. Now, for example, I could call in choppers. Yeah, chopper might be a good call. I have a few chopper here. I can see those SO engineer are really hurting my infantry. And yeah, I guess this is a game which is very much like chess, but way more complex and with a larger diversity of pieces. Now, for example, right now what I'm doing, and I'm spreading out my choppers. And the reason for this is that I don't want to necessarily risk them all at once, because sometimes the enemy can call in a cluster bomb attack, which are actually very effective against chopper for some reason, although it's not designed for that. And also, by spreading them around, I might reduce the amount of ammo I will shoot on the enemy. So that can be an interesting thing. Well, on the right side, they seem to be under heavy attack. Now I seem to have shut down an enemy plane. I will move my buck around, and they are also out of ammo, so I will call in some supply vehicle. There's also the ammo factor in this game, which is really important. I will also disable the radar of my bucks so that the anti-radar plane won't be able to destroy them. So I'm moving my bucks around, which are my anti-air. This way, if the enemy actually spotted me into that forest here, they won't be able to simply randomly bomb my anti-air. Yeah, I think when you get into this game, it can very much, well, I think if you're a big fan of RTS, this will end up taking all your time, and I think this is the only game which is probably worth taking your time. Oh, they seem to have some action on that side now. And also it's fun if, assuming you have the computer for it, 10 versus 10 can be a lot of fun. And you end up with all the wreck all over the place, so you can see how here a lot of troops killed on the road or near the road. Probably by airstrike. Also with the fact that any faction have different capacity, for example the pack troops are or tank are actually very good on missile. That gives them a kind of an edge in tank fight, but the NATO are much stronger in airstrike, so you end up having a lot of action, as you can see here. And right now this is only land and air, but they will make an expansion which will be including also ships, at least 3 or 4 type of ships. So you will end up having potentially small ships patrolling rivers and supporting your troops from there. So that can be pretty cool. Very looking forward to that. Well, it seems that most of the action is now going on the side there. I think I'll actually come in and help them a little and just verify that there's nobody in that compound there. Because the thing is that there's also the line of sight aspect of this game, which is important. Because seeing the enemy is really crucial into killing him. So, for example, there might be plenty of troops hidden all over the place, so spotting them is very important, and it gives you the information necessary to take the right decision. So, and the fact that they did not attack here yet mean that there might be troops in here, which have a visual on whatever force there is here, and that might allow the enemy to make effective attack against the troops. So that's why clearing out every line of sight around the place can be important. And also, you never know, there might be an attack from there, but that's very unlikely. That never happened. But what can be fun sometimes also is to do stuff which never happened. So, for example, one thing which can be fun to do is, for example, let's say that you manage to attack all the way here to that position, and you capture that right at the beginning, and the guy which is supposed to harass you here doesn't do his job properly. What you do is you shift your focus and you attack all the way here. And if you end up capturing this town, well, you're cutting off the reinforcements from that zone. And as a result of this, if the enemy doesn't hold that zone and you capture this, and even if you're not able to spawn stuff in that zone, you can end up simply cutting completely their reinforcements for a while, which will allow your troops to end up capturing this place. So it's really interesting how this game is made, and I think the kind of tactical and strategical thinking you can do in this can be a lot of fun. And also, for example, right here, our troops are attacking up the hill, which is probably a bad idea if you want to preserve your force, because the enemy will shoot them as they come out the hill, come up of the hill. And what that means usually is that you're better to make a smoke screen, and that will reduce the amount of loss that you might get. Nonetheless, here we have a sufficient amount of good tank to probably do some damage. And this is not really my place here, so I guess I can come and support a little, but I don't think I cannot do much right now. Well, maybe I can attack the Seahawk. That could be useful. Since the Seahawk chopper don't have any anti-infantry weapon, but these things have Hellfire, which are really effective against tanks. So moving in with my Spetsnaz might be a good idea. Although here, my Spetsnaz nearly died, but they managed to kill the Legionnaires. But the thing is that I will need to sneak in and perhaps attack this guy. But actually, the game is over. So let's see how well it went. So I'm right here. So I killed 2,475 enemy points, which is okay. And I lost 1,755. But the thing is, my deck currently isn't particularly geared toward fighting into the forest. So that is why. Now, if we check what kind of kill I had, you can see my Spetsnaz did kill quite a few infantry. Chopper did kill a few transport. Spetsnaz did kill a lot of anti-air infantry. And I did lose a lot of troops. So it was an okay game. Now, for those that never saw the game, here you can see actually a list of... This is a set of units which I'll be using. Now let's see pack deck. So for example, here I have a set of units and this is a deck which I'll use with the Pact, and that was actually the deck I was using. So, and of course you can change this. There's about 800 different units in there, so that's a lot of choice, and you can really fit it to your preference. Now let's join another round. Any more questions while we wait? Nope, I don't want that game. Yeah, I guess this is more what I'm seeking here. Yeah, the thing is that you can play this game in different size of a game. So you can play 1 versus 1, 2 versus 2, 4 versus 4, 5 versus 5, and 10 versus 10. There might be... No, there's not 8 versus 8. Well, actually, I don't know. Anyway, but personally, I prefer 10 versus 10. Sadly, right now, there's only one map for that. And I played that way too much. But they will release another one soon, hopefully. And the thing is that 10 versus 10, what I like about it is that it's kind of casual, because you cannot really take all the blame for a defeat, for example. And you cannot not take the merit of a victory, for example. Well, actually, you can. If you end up killing so many enemies, you can end up having the merit for it, but nobody really cares. And also, since there's a lot of enemy players, well, you end up having a lot of randomness to it, because you don't know, you can end up fighting 5 enemies all on your own, so that can be kind of crazy. But if you're good, you'll be up to it, so that's the fun part about it. So here I will be actually helping the right side, which will hopefully go well. And the thing is that even though there's many that we always plays nearly the same map in 10 versus 10, it's rarely the same thing that happen. It's just that sometimes you might end up recognizing some behavior, but it's very diversified still. You cannot build bunker, but you can establish a pretty strong defensive system if you want. So, for example, you will deploy yourself into a proper defensive position. Like towns are really good at. Well, if you want to hold a position, that's very good to use that. And kicking people out of towns with they usually put infantry in the towns. Kicking them out of there can be very tricky. It's like here the enemy decided to intercept us. But they did miss for the most part. which is a good sign. So the thing is, up to a certain point in this game, what's important is to make sure that you capture some specific area very quickly. And from there, you'll be able to potentially either advance or entrench yourself. So, for example, when there's a hill like that, it's a kind of cut in the line of sight. And as a result of you potentially either being here or on top, you can end up very much defeating the enemy very strongly. So, for example, one time I just deployed my troops at the bottom of the hill, and the result of that was that the enemy ended up attacking me by just coming through here, and I had to go take a shower, so I just deployed my troop in the defensive position, and when I came back, I ended up winning the game. So you can take a very strong defensive position if you're good, but it's just that sometimes if you neglect it, you can end up losing it. But if you're smart about how you do it, you can end up setting up quite a trap. Now, for example, here the enemy actually did a pretty strong airstrike on us at the beginning, but they did not kill nearly anything. So that gives us a good position to move forward slowly. And hopefully Mr. Cheese here seemed to be competent enough not to risk in vain his troops. So that's something important. And so we'll just move carefully, and from there we'll be able to hopefully win this battle on this side. Now in this case, this is a game of conquest, which means that we need the team that hold the most position and end up making point from that will end up winning. And what that means is that it doesn't really matter how many troops you lose. What matters is how many zones you hold, and for the longest time. The other type was destruction. Now the difference is that here, if you kill something, there's no notification. But in destruction, for example, if you kill an enemy, you see the amount of point that you'll make, or you're making from it. So. And these here are ravens. These are actually seed plane, that we call that this way. And those planes are actually destroying your radar anti-air. So as a result of this, if you bring a lot of anti-air, and they are all radar guided, like for example here I have a Tunguska which has a gun which is radar guided, but the missiles are laser guided. Now the difference is that if a seed plane come and fly by, if I have the radar activated, it will get killed. If I don't, well, they will not see it, so they won't be able to destroy it. Okay, now we do have a visual on the enemy command vehicle. With a command vehicle like this, there's a star on it. You have, well, essentially just mean that this command vehicle can hold a zone, so that's something very important. My T-72 here were able to expose, while here my other T-72 are shooting those Abrams with great effect. Now the enemy decided to focus their fire on my T-72, which are not really good, which allowed me to preserve my T-72B from any real damage. And now it's clear to me that nobody else will take care of that command vehicle. Or maybe not. So we did manage to destroy the command vehicle. Since we're packed, the zone turned red, which is a very good news for us. And now I will move in there with T-72 and BMP-3. T-72 will take most of the enemy fire, hopefully, while my BMP-3 will unload some Motostrelski, which I will use as a recon against the enemy over there. As you can see, my T-72 are not particularly valuable, so I'm not carrying much. My BMP-3 are a little more valuable, but my goal here is really to bring those Motostrelski in. Okay, I think we're in a good position to take that zone. Yeah, my problem right now is that my BMP-3 are just not up to it. And it's likely Milan F2 which are in there, which are really good at destroying my T-72. But the thing is, my T-72 are really expendable. They only cost 40. And while the enemy wastes this stuff on potentially killing my cheap T-72, my anti-air are killing their planes. So by wasting bad units, I'm ensuring the destruction of their good units. For example, here we do have another command vehicle. I'll try to destroy that. How come we don't have the zone? Oh, there must be another command vehicle elsewhere. It's time to call in my last MiG archery T-72. You keep moving the command vehicle to the side, which might give my T-72B a shot at destroying it. Now that the enemy is out of ammo into those buildings over there. Okay, there we go, they're dead. Now I'll bring more. Actually, I'll bring some T-72B1, which are actually a good tank to receive enemy airstrike on the head. Can survive 3 of them. Oh, that will hurt. Oh, that was close. They missed. Okay, now what I'll do is I'll accumulate some points, and I will perhaps call in a proper air defense. There's a lot of planes coming in. No, my anti-air just missed everything. It's time to call in some supply vehicle to fix my good tank. Now you can see that they are bringing Jaguar planes. These are seaplanes. There we go, taken care of. Really don't like that spawning zone. So now you can see my command vehicle fixing up my different tank. They are already out of supply. It's time to get them out of there. So what I'll do now is I will bring in some recon. Actually one group of Spetsnaz, and I will peek above that hill over there. Although Motostrelski might be more appropriate for that, since they are less expensive. Especially since it's most likely that the enemy has plenty of troops down the hill, which I'm not aware of, or I have no certainty about. Okay, what are these? Thunderbolt. Oh yeah, you can see now there's a lot of troops down there. So I'll make an airstrike on that. That might make me lose a few planes, but I use MiG-21 because they're not particularly expensive, so I can afford to lose them. Okay, so I think I did kill, what was that? Few tank. Okay, here it seems that the artillery is finishing off the artillery down there. I did kill a few tanks. Well, here I might simply have damaged a few. Yeah, these seem to be Abrams. And there's also a command vehicle right there. Okay. Now we can have a small peek at what's going on. They don't seem to have any troops here. Okay, on this side I will send my supply trucks to the nearest FOBs. Sadly we don't seem to have any nearby. It's in part my fault, I suppose. What I'll do is I'll send my Spetsnaz all the way, perhaps here, so that we will be able to have a good view on what's going on. You can see that those Spetsnaz actually have an amazing view on everything. So here there's actually a couple of units which I can potentially target with MiG-21. I seem to have lost sight on him. I will bring in my Mi-9, which is actually a recon plane, recon chopper, sorry. And hopefully with this I will have a good view on the enemy chopper, which are over there. Oh, they are actually risking an attack there. That was a bad move. Okay, so what I'll do is here I will call in my different MiG-21. So called. I will call them on different targets. So for example, here I'll try to destroy the command vehicle there. Well, here I'll try to destroy the Hawk. I'll try to destroy artillery there. And finally, I will try to destroy Apache over there. I can actually see my MiG coming in. And by dividing my planes like this, I hope to divide the enemy fire. Now, sadly, my strike against chopper did not work. So let's see what kind of damage I did. Did kill a few anti-air here, seems. Sadly here I did not manage to kill what I wanted, which was nearly my main target, but that's because on this side here some anti-air managed to stun my pilot. So I will call some T-80A. And maybe next thing I will call in will likely be Bucks, which because the enemy anti-radar strike have they are not that common now. And here what I'm a little concerned about is how they are moving some troops on that side. Okay, so what I'll do here is with those T-80, I will lead the way. I will move my T-72B, which have a missile right here, to the side. So my T-80, which have a strong armor, will hopefully engage those M11P Abrams, which are sadly pulling back because somebody decided to put an artillery strike. So that's totally ruining my plan. What is this? Okay, let's move my Spetsnaz toward the action. Okay, let's pull this back. Nighthawk is targeting my T-72, but he missed. Oh yeah, that's right, these are T-80 which actually have a missile. So they are targeting enemy tank and seem to be destroying them very well. I will likely try to pull them back a little. I'm doing some micromanagement right now, but sometimes it's not as it's not always about the details. Oh, you can see how they are bringing some Apache nearby. I will call in my best type of Tunguska. And I guess I will retry to attract their attention. We'll disable the radar guidance. Oh, they're coming in with Strike Eagle. Good, got the Strike Eagle. Oh, I was neglecting my T-80 there. My whole plan did not work. You can see that those Apache are really dangerous. Well, I guess that's one plan which did backfire. I was too amazed by the Strike Eagle being killed. I will fix the T-80 which survived, and I will replace the other one. Okay, let's see. I will move my Tunguska back up, and I will try to... well, actually, this guy is already on it. We'll be targeting those Abrams with missile from afar. Okay, they are pulling back. Lots of Jaguar incoming. I will disable my buck for the moment. Oh, that's bad here. Got to Jaguar, that's very good. So what I'm doing right now is I'm disabling the radar of my buck. Then as soon as the danger is over, I'm targeting the Ravens. Seems that my supply trucks are out of supplies here. I will bring back those and I will replace my other ones. Small dance with the Apache over there.
Готовы, сэр. Есть для нас приказ. Выкладывайте. Ждем воздушных целей. И вот тогда... Готовы стрелять, сэр. Куда доставить товар? Собьем любую летающую цель.
It's all a question of getting rid of those Kiowa, which are spotting stuff for. Oh, look at all those anti-radar.
Ракета к старту готова, сэр. Готовы выдвигаться, сэр.
Okay, so they did not manage to kill any of my buck, which is the important part. They did kill my Tungushka though, which is a little more of an issue.
Контакт. Ждем воздушных целей. И вот тогда... Yes, sir.
Let's see if my T-72B are better than M1A1. It's clear that when there's Nighthawk and everything going on, that doesn't help.
Мы его собьем, сэр. Есть для нас приказ. Ждем приказаний, сэр. Цель захвачена. Ракета к старту готова, сэр.
Yeah, they're really spending enormous amount of resources on killing my bucks.
Мы готовы, сэр. Разведчики готовы, сэр. Контакт. приказание. Отбой.
By the way, hello you and Shazam. Good to see you again.
Ракета к старту готова, сэр.
I think they are gearing up to make a pretty strong attack on the position.
Сделал приказание, сэр. Если мы можем попасть во врага, то и он сможет. Вы со мной говорите?
Oh, they actually got my Tungushka. I wasn't paying attention.
Зенитная батарея готова. Орудие к бою готово. Есть, сэр. Выступаем. Выкладывай. Орудие к бою готово.
Yeah, my buck are really killing those Nighthawk like nothing. It's a good thing. We only have one FOB or something. Oh, we have many here.
Зенитная батарея готова.
Well, my issue start to be all about the supplies.
Полный газ.
I'm thinking that if we were to make simply a land attack over there, we'll likely end up clearing up the place from anti-air.
Мы готовы, сэр. Пакуйте вещи, ребята. Мы отправляемся.
Maybe what they're trying to do is to waste a lot of planes on this side to make us run out of ammo, and after that what they might do is a chopper attack. That could be a good combo. It's just that right now I seem to be able to resupply our stuff pretty good.
Почему-то мне кажется, что вы хотите рискнуть нашими жизнями.
Although I'm starting to get the supplies all the way from the left.
Ракета к старту готова, сэр. Нас атакуют! С удовольствием, сэр. Куда доставить товар?
Yeah, I'm really thinking that we should probably take care of whatever is on that side. So I will move a few T-72B1 and I will support them with Tungushka over there, just in case.
Орудие к бою готово!
Yeah, I'm really thinking that they are planning to attack us here, which could be an interesting action. I would like that. I can only encourage them to do so.
Докладывать нечего.
Yeah, notice how they are smoking the place now? That smelled like an attack.
Да, сэр. Есть для нас приказы.
They are charging in with the logistical stuff.
Переходим на новую позицию.
Or at least they are scouting with logistical stuff.
Такси заказывали? Ракета к старту готова, сэр. Ждем приказаний, сэр.
We'll call in some MiG-21 strike. Or maybe not, it's not necessarily useful. They don't seem to be able to advance much.
Выкладывайте. Да, сэр. Выкладывайте. Повеселимся. Идите меня, идите за мной или прочь с дороги. Ведите меня, идите за мной или прочь с дороги.
I guess since the enemy elite tank are dead, it's time to push them back. Take advantage of the void. So I will try to advance a little.
Кого вам надо отвезти? Выкладывайте. Направление получено. Выдвигаемся. Докладывать нечего.
Okay, that should push them away.
Это будет честный бой, сэр? Или очередная охота на жуков? Какие будут приказания, сэр?
Okay, well, that's good enough. I destroyed the Raven over there. That's good.
Мы готовы, сэр. Да, сэр.
I'm just using my Mi 26 to refuel all my stuff, but I will run out of supplies very quickly.
Вас понял. Выдвигаюсь. Отбой. Зенитная батарея готова. Вас понял. Отбой. Есть приказание, сэр. Зенитная батарея готова. Да, сэр.
So the good news is that here I actually did manage to get rid of many anti-air as well as a few choppers, which were Apache, I believe. That was pretty good.
Готовы стрелять, сэр.
Well, here they are just wasting their ammo on my tank.
Ждем воздушных целей. И вот тогда...
Not sure what that was about. So I think what I'll do now is perhaps shift my attention on clearing out the anti-air over there. Although there seem to be many burning, I'm not sure. There seem to be a few tank. So I think I will take this opportunity to perhaps get rid of them.
Здесь вражеские вертолеты не пролетали? Выкладывайте. Почему-то мне кажется,
I
что...
will land my Mi 28 near the forest there so that I can refuel, rearm, repair my different tank units. I will also bring in perhaps a few more bucks of a different type, and I will deploy them closer. Because I think now the enemy anti-radar capacity has been reduced significantly.
Патроны, топливо, запчасти, все, что
And what I'll try to do now is perhaps either destroy what's here, or perhaps go support an offensive over there. As I don't think that they will do much to stop us there.
здесь вражеские вертолеты не пролетали?
They really don't like my buck. But I clearly do need a few Tungushka to support my troops here, although I have one on that side of the forest.
Готовы стрелять, сэр.
And I guess I could perhaps bring a few BMP-3 with Motostrelski in it to make an attack on over there. That could be an effective way to put the balance of power in our favor. Well, I guess with these buck I should stay close to the road, because this way I can potentially bring them into this area.
Вы со мной говорите?
Okay, I guess those tanks are now ready for an offensive.
Продвигаемся к цели.
That might be a terrible plan, but I can recover, and it doesn't really matter if I lose my tank at this point. I can easily recover. Maybe bring some more T-72.
Вы со мной говорите?
Maybe bring a recon chopper. And now let's advance forward. So there seemed to be at least one unit with missile in there, which has now been taken care of.
Живую летающую цель. Что такси заказ? Есть для нас приказ. Выкладывай.
Now my impression is that they are just not set to do anything about what I'm doing right now.
Мы готовы, шеф.
Though there's a couple of anti-tank units in there. Seem to be targeting my T-72B. I don't want that. Oh, these are just dragons.
Есть для нас приказ.
So I guess I will continue to advance there. Oh, some more nets. I'm kind of sacrificing my T-72B1 because these are good at supporting enemy fire. From the air, of course.
Вы со мной говорите? Вы со мной говорите?
Now, as I expected, many plane strike. It's a good opportunity to get rid of many of them.
Что может сделать за вас пехота, сэр? Есть приказание, сэр.
Okay. Well, I guess now the place has been cleared for a good part.
Всё всегда решает пехота.
I don't know why this guy keep wasting his command vehicle.
Ждем приказаний, сэр. Ракета к старту готова, сэр.
I guess now my
Здесь вражеские вертолеты не пролетали?
my anti-air are starting to be low in ammo. That's bad.
Докладывать нечего. Контакт. Цель захвачена. Огонь. Повеселимся.
Okay, let's bring in more T-72. Nighthawk strike that hurt.
Ждем воздушных целей. И вот тогда...
Now my issue is that I'm really out of supplies. I do have supplies, but all the way here.
Почему-то мне кажется, что вы хотите рискнуть нашими жизнями.
But up to a certain point, I'm kinda a distraction now.
Такси, заказываешь? Ждем воздушных целей. И вот тогда... Ждем приказаний, сэр. Есть приказание, сэр? Ждем приказаний. Есть для нас приказ.
It seems that Mr. Cheese decided to push forward. I will support his decision, but not right now. A little later on. Seem to be a few troops shooting him at my anti-air over there. I will move my anti-air away from it. While I will move my tank forward on that side. Those tanks have too much damage, I will pull them back. And here I will actually move in my anti-air.
Вы со мной говорите?
I do have a couple of Tungushka over there.
Да, сэр.
And I guess
Какие будут
some
приказания?
infantry could be useful.
Как прикажете, сэр?
So it seems that we did manage to secure that zone. That's good news.
Я слышу, как пули свистят над головой. Извините, сэр, секретные данные. Есть приказание, сэр? Ждем приказаний, сэр.
I guess I'll take a risk to move my Strela 10M forward because there's many choppers over there.
Капитан и экипаж приветствуют вас на борту.
I will also call in an airstrike on those bow over there.
Выкладывайте. Самое время. Готовы выдвигаться, сэр. Сержантка!
Guess I did kill the choppers which were there that I was nearly concerned about. Well, here let's send a command vehicle over there.
Да, сэр. Подвести?
I will move my chopper over there. I will move my buck much closer. I should probably disable. No, actually, yeah, well, disable
Есть приказание, сэр.
the radar on them. Same here. We'll send it to Tungushka.
Такси, такси заказывали.
My
Зенитные
10M
пушки
Strela are a little exposed to that. I will support them with the chopper Mi-24. And here I will spread out my tank. Oh, Roland, that's a bit dangerous. So my buck here are completely out of ammo. I'll bring in an Mi-26 that should fix it.
Мы снова в пути.
Well, here the guy probably got tired of us stealing all his supply, so I will move my supply all the way back here.
Куда доставить товар?
Well, here I'll move my T-72B closer to my Mi-26. Oh. What is that? Oh, I see.
Такси, такси заказывали.
There's a wild weasel over there.
Собьем любую летающую цель.
I'll try to get rid of it.
Контакт.
I think I will have killed quite a few planes in this. I'm really curious to see my score after this.
Есть для нас приказ. Подвести?
The thing is that here my buck are really dangerous for them because it's well placed.
Ждем приказаний, сэр. Ждем воздушных целей. И вот тогда... Кого вам надо отвезти? Здесь вражеские вертолеты не пролетали? Выкладывайте.
I will peek a little with my T-72B because there might be a few targets up there. Which make me think that I should perhaps simply bring my Mi-8.
Выкладывайте.
There's a lot of reservists in there.
Какие будут приказания, сэр? Здесь становится жарковато. Собьем любую летающую цель.
With my anti-air, I'm really forcing the enemy to just stay away from that zone.
Что вам на этот раз нужно? Ракета к старту готова, сэр. Ракета к старту.
So there we go. Now let's see. So I killed 8,642 enemy points. I lost 5,000. So yeah, I did the most in my team, it seems. The most in the game, so I did kill quite a few. Now let's see how well that went. So T-72B did kill quite a few Abrams and infantry. Tungushka did kill Apache. So here, T-72B again. They did well. My bug did kill a large amount of Strike Eagle, Jaguar, Mirage, Etandar, F-15. Lots of stuff. And here are more of my B-72 kills. Yeah, they did most of the job. Strela did good actually when you look at it. T7, F-15, I mean, Apache, F-15C. Lots of reservists here, which are worthless globally, but that was pretty good. So that will be it for today live broadcast. I hope you enjoyed that. I think that second round was really good, and I'll see you around. So thank you for watching.